How's it going, everyone? Today's guide is going to be on the early game money farming. So there's a couple ways that when you first start off and you get some starter gear, you can earn some money. I think my favorite way, just because it's simply AFK, is you come over behind this home area to the south of where you first come in. Sorry, I just changed the music. And you start stealing from the far right crafting stall. This crafting stall will give you 100 million checks, just like that. 100 mil, 100 mil. So the way the stalls work, sometimes it's easiest to right click and steal. It'll steal 3 times without you having to click again, so it doesn't make it as spammable. If you actually spam, it'll not give you any money and it'll say you didn't grab anything. So make sure you don't spam and that you just watch the chat or watch your character do it 3 times, and then you can just add to pouch or you can claim it. I suggest doing add to pouch because then you have to deal with the money being too high. As you climb through, you'll get more and more money per steal. So now this over here is 7 mil per steal, and when you get to the very end, when you get to 99, you can steal from the scimitar stall. This actually gives 2 1 bill tickets per steal, and that's, you sit here for about 5-10 minutes, you're gonna make some pretty good cash to start off. And once again, once you get the starting cash here, you can go to the market, market, and look up wiki space gear, and look at what you want to start doing with your first set of gear, if you want to do melee, ranged, or mage. So another good way of starters making money, which I did in my last video, is M boxes, which is mystery boxes. So : M box brings you these penguins, and these guys, they have a pretty good chance of dropping a mystery box for you. I think it's like 1 in 15. As well as some other items you can sell to the dark vendor. As well as make sure you're picking up these bones. They're pretty good prayer XP to start off. However, there are other prayer methods that you can do later on from higher dragons. So I would suggest getting to at least like the 40s for your prayer, because if you do, you can use, I'm on the wrong prayer right now, melee protect or magic protect from the next available starting guide. The next available starting guide I suggest is once you get to 43 prayer, you can do melee protect, and you'll go to : starter boss, and then you get options. The Charizard raid, not very good gear. You can go to Torcats or Mr. Krabs. Now Torcat is a starter boss in which I don't think he does damage to you, so you can kill him as much as you want. Yeah, this guy looks like he's not getting hit. So you come here and you kill these. They're gonna be a lot slower than me. You pick up the souls and the gold charms if you plan on working on summoning, and you can actually check the drops of any NPC in the game by doing : drops. And so we're killing Torcat, so you can just type in Torque if you don't know how to spell the whole thing, and there he is. You click on the name and it tells you what he drops. So my first drop was a rare one, 8 to 10 souls. And it also drops the Royal Sickle, which is a rare drop. Now my experience with rare drops is usually probably around 1 in 150 to 200 chance. So you kill like 100 of these, 200, you might get a rare drop. Could be less if you're lucky, could be more if you're unlucky. So Wolverine Torva is actually a good set overall for ranged and melee, so that's a good set to sit here and grind for. Royal Sickle is also a very, very good starting melee weapon. You do get lamps, which is a great boost for using on prayer or skills or combat if you're not 99 yet. The Sorrowful is an amazing starting range weapon. This is another spot you can get it from here. But the thing you want the most here, that you want to see the drop, is that Brutal Whip. It's a really good starting melee weapon, and that's the reason you start your farming this boss. If you get that, don't even worry about farming him anymore. You can move on to the next boss. So the other thing you can farm here, if you just want straight casts, you don't want to do items. You come over here to this east side, Mr. Krabs. Now, I believe if you go to : drops, Crab, Mr. Krabs only drops 1 bill tickets. So if you want to train your combat and you're bored with thieving, but you still want to get some good cash, come over here and kill Mr. Krabs, and he'll just drop you straight tickets. Now you guys aren't going to hit nearly as hard as what I'm hitting right now, but you can train your combat with him and get 1 bill tickets. So he gave me 4, and he gave me 8. So it's 8 bill right there. That's pretty good starting cash. You can go buy starting range setup or starting melee setup with that, and that's just 2 kills. Like I said, it won't be as fast as what I just did there, but that's pretty good starting setup. Now, once you've made some cash off these 3 money making guides, you're going to want to start worrying about, are you a PvPer? Are you want to do PVM, which is killing bosses? Or do you just want to merch and gamble and maybe do some mini games? Because if you're just looking at mini games, all these mini games have so much stuff to do that you don't even need to worry about gear. You can just go start doing them, like Castle Wars or Battlegrounds, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's RuneScape's version of Battle Royale games. It's pretty fun. But if you're looking to do PVM, first thing you're going to look at is working on your magic. Magic is the best stat to use for bossing in this game. So you're going to look at getting a good magic setup. So once again, go to Wiki Gears, the command, and when you go there, you're going to see all sets. So you're going to want to go to boss teleports, which is the Falador teleport, and you can see all the bosses and their best drops. So I would suggest looking for a boss that's easy and that has a drop that you want, because you're gonna have starting gear. So the Dragon Bone is actually the next one I would suggest doing, because it does drop Dragon Bone gear, which is probably the next tier up from what you have, as well as the Dragon Bone Spirit Shield. This boss has 1250 health, which is pretty high for a starter, but if your magic is around in the 80s and 90s, you're probably going to kill him pretty fast. Trying to think what another good starting boss is. Tormented Demons are not bad either. They drop some pretty good gear, as well as this Tormented Demon Egg, which is a nice pet to have. Oh, Flame Pernix. So this is, once you get some more gear, probably from Dragon Bone, the next upgrade will probably be your Flame Pernix, and that is a really good range set. What's the one that drops from Virtus? I think he drops it. So, no, he's way too hard. So once you get that Dragon Bone or Flame, you're getting close to that mid-tier level now, where you can start doing harder bosses. This is about the time I would suggest you start working on Slayer, because Slayer does have good rewards, probably the best on the server, and also a good way to make money. So for your PvPers, if you don't feel like you want to grind all these bosses and this gear, you're in luck, because this overpowered gear that doesn't exist on real old school can't be used in the wild. So you're going to want to farm the old gear, and the way you do that is crystal keys. So by using crystal keys, you can get the old school Toregs, Verox, Darok, Vesta sort of gear, and that's what's really good in PvP, and you can actually go in the wild PvP with that. The overpowered new custom gear isn't allowed in the wild, and you can't attack with it. Best way to farm the crystal keys is Mario. Mario drops a crystal key always and in one build check. Now another good area to train your stats for combat is :train. And there's some pretty unique characters here as well. You got your Pikachus, Luigis, all that stuff. As well as if you want to see how hard you could possibly hit with your gear and maybe with some potions popped, you can go to max hit dummy and you can see what you hit on these. So you always hit your highest, as well as any splash damage or extra dots over the damage over time. So once I suggest you get like a little more gear, you're going to want to come over to the train zone, and these guys are also another good monster to kill. I can't remember exactly what the big drop is for them, so let's look it up. Thug Bobs. Can't be just the pet, there's something else. I remember grinding these for a while for something. Oh, maybe don't do them then. Crystal keys, maybe that's it. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, he drops 3 crystal keys at a time. So that's what he used for, is the crystal keys. So once you get enough crystal keys, you're going to want to come back to the home teleport. Click the north button and you're going to go south. Beside the bank here, there is a crystal chest, and you can use the crystal keys to open up the chest. And look at that, first one out of Carol's crossbow. Guthan's War Spear, a casket. I think 99% of the time they have bill tickets. There you go. 17 bill from that casket. Another casket, 21 bill. Rat pull, spined helmet, warrior's ring, Carol's top, dragon boots. So yeah, once you get the starting gear, you go to Thug Bob, and you grind until you get that PvP gear. Now as for Slayer, the reason I suggest doing it early on is because the Slayer tasks, they give points based on your level, and you want to get those points started, and it returns into like a streak, and you get more and more points for doing each task right after the other. So once you get enough points, which you can see in your profile here, so I have 417, I go to the shop. You guys will only see shop 1. You can buy Dragon Bone gear here, an AK-47, another good starting weapon, an Inga sword, which is actually a magic weapon, and a bunch of other items here. I think Inga is 1,000 Slayer points, which isn't that hard to get. I just spent a bunch on mine. And once you get to 99 Slayer, you can actually talk to him, the Prestige Master, and he'll allow you to prestige your Slayer, and you unlock another shop. And when you prestige your Slayer, you actually do more damage to the monsters you're slaying, and it helps you kill them faster. And then you get a new shop which has better items. Well, that's about it for my starter guide for money making. I'll be making medium tier 1 in a little while. Not sure when, but good luck and have fun.